Let me ask you something. You've built financial success, you've worked hard, you earned the respect. But deep down, why does it still feel like you're operating below your full human potential? Why are you still grinding, still overthinking, still repeating the patterns that don't match the man you're here to be? Because here's a truth they don't tell most high-achieving men. Success creates blind spots. And until you see them, you can't fix what's been keeping you from reaching your full human potential. In this video, I'm going to show you the real reason elite men eventually lose all of their wealth. We'll break down the blind spots that are silently capping their wealth, power, and freedom. Why strategy and hustle will never outwork identity misalignment. And the system that I built to eliminate those blind spots, allowing strivers like you to achieve more by working less. So let me make this real with a story from my own life. When I started options trading a few years ago, I created a strategy to make money. I had digital mentors, I had the right tools laid out in front of me, but I was still losing money. Not because the trades were wrong, they were actually right, but because my old identity system didn't match the new programs I was learning. I was telling myself that I wanted time freedom, but I was operating from a mindset of impatience. I was telling myself that I wanted wealth, but I was operating from a lack of emotional discipline. I'd exit too early, enter too late, and second guess my decisions. I'd even override the data when I just absolutely knew better. And I've heard it all the feedback, I listened to all the advice, but none of it stuck because my mental system wasn't ready to receive the upgraded programming. My nervous system just couldn't hold that level of success, and I was always unconsciously self-sabotaging. It wasn't until I upgraded my identity to match the new material that I was learning that everything shifted. Same strategy, same market, but completely different outcome. I stopped reacting, I started trusting a strategy, and I executed with discipline and clarity. And then I started winning. And that's when it clicked. It was never about the strategy. It was about the man behind the strategy. And that's the trap that most elite men fall into. They keep trying to fix this outcome while ignoring the identity that produced it. And that's also where most coaches, including my favorite mentors, get it wrong. Myron Golden, for example, I love this guy. He helps you build irresistible deals and offers. And I've taken his challenge, it's incredibly organized, and I've learned a lot. Alex Hormozi teaches business and sales and scaling, and I've read all of his books like $1 Million Offers. He's extremely informative and very motivating. Gary Vaynerchuk teaches hustle, energy, execution, and I've learned a ton from him as well. But in learning from these guys, I never became the multi-million-dollar entrepreneur like they were. For years, I kept trying to implement their systems, and to be fair, I did see results here and there, but nothing dramatically changed in my life. I just got more motivated, I worked harder, and I tried to do exactly what they said. But there was a gap between what they were saying and what I was seeing in my reality, and I just for the life of me couldn't figure it out. That's until I realized that they were missing an extremely key component. They kept showing me how to fix the outcome while ignoring the identity producing it. Because if fixing the outcome worked, every single person who watched and listened to them would be just as successful as them. And to be fair, there's a reason that 98% of the people that follow them are still trying to be as successful as them. And that's because the person who was listening and taking notes like me and showing up for the workshops had not taken the time to change or upgrade their system to properly receive their new programming. It's similar to trying to run an Android on an Apple phone. And this is why I started teaching becoming, how to upgrade your identity to receive the programs, which is the money, the time, the freedom, the relationships, and the level of influence that you've always been working towards. In other words, I help elite men transform into the person who naturally attracts the wealth, influence, and freedom others have to chase. And it hit me years ago. It was like an epiphany. You don't need another marketing tactic or strategy. You just need an upgraded identity. And that's exactly why I created the Executive Mindset School. Inside EMS, I use a system called the C3 method. And this is our core proven system for becoming the man who effortlessly attracts wealth, time freedom, and more influence by doing less, not more. It's not these little mindset hacks. It's not theory. It's deep identity transformation and strategic psychological reprogramming. to help you operate at your full capacity. And here's how it works. The first phase is clarity. So what we're gonna do is isolate what's keeping you stuck, not in your business, but in your beliefs. We make the unconscious conscious so you can finally see the patterns self-sabotaging your growth, the identity you've outgrown but are still loyal to. The second phase is confidence. We then reprogram your nervous system to accept the new identity. No more self-sabotage, no more forcing and pushing, just certainty, trust, and calm execution. And the third and last phase is consistency. Once your identity is stable, we can then build a new program that will match it. We install the new habits, we enforce the alignment, we make your next level automatic. Not because you're pushing harder, but because you've actually become the man that success naturally flows to. And because the system works and I've seen so much success in my own life, I started working with attorneys and super CEOs and founders and investors. Most men making 6 and 7 figures with high stakes and high standards. And the common thread is they weren't stuck because of a lack of opportunity. They were stuck inside of a mindset that they've outgrown and didn't even realize it. When we applied the C3 method, their business grew, their stress stopped, their relationships deepened, and they finally felt aligned on the inside with the success that they had created on the outside. Because when their blind spots were gone, there was nothing left holding back their potential. So if you're a striver and you consider yourself a high-performing man, and you know there's another level in you, but there's something that's keeping you from getting there, that's your blind spot. And inside of Executive Mindset School, I'm gonna show you how to remove those blind spots. I'm gonna walk you through the C3 method in real time. And we're gonna isolate the hidden patterns. We're going to rewire the identity, and we're gonna help you to sustain excellence without burning yourself out to do it. No more chasing, no more grinding, just calm power, aligned execution, and effortless growth. Click the link and apply to see if you qualify. Let's get to work.